So it looked like Jemele Hill has called Caitlin Clark a racist after new footage surfaced of the Ryan Howard exchange. Jemele Hill called racism against Caitlin Clark. Competitors claims hatred is all made up.
Jemele Hill took a shot at Caitlin Clark on live TV, and it completely backfired. In a comment that aged terribly fast, Hill accused Clark of being racist for how she responded to Ryan Howard's trash talk. Yes, really.
What I don't like about how many of the men with these platforms are shaping the conversation is that they're reducing it to pettiness, to jealousy. They're playing on stereotypes and tropes that are said about women in general, but especially Black women. And this is a Black women-led league. And to me, that has really devalued the conversation we need to be having.
One of the calmest, most composed responses in sports somehow got turned into a racial controversy, and the internet isn't having it. In classic fashion, they're giving Jemele Hill the exact ratio she signed up for. If you've ever wanted to see a take crash and burn in real time, this is your front row seat. Hill didn't just miss the mark. She threw the dart backward and nailed her own credibility. If you stand with Caitlin, drop "I stand with CC" in the comments. Let's go.
I love this. Jemele Hill got busted, Steve. She got exposed once again. It looks like in September, Jemele sent a lengthy tweet saying Caitlin Clark doesn't get the same hate as Black women in the WNBA.
Let's rewind the tape, because unlike Jemele Hill, we actually believe context matters. This all started during a heated WNBA matchup between the Indiana Fever and the Atlanta Dream. Ryan Howard was up in Caitlin Clark's face, playing defense like she was trying out for the UFC, pressuring, jawing, trying to shake the most talked-about player the league's seen in years. And Caitlin? She didn't shove. She didn't yell. She calmly looked Howard in the eye and said, "I'm not scared of you." That's it. That was the whole moment. But somehow, in the magical world of Jemele Hill's hot takes, that calm sentence got twisted into a racial offense worthy of national outrage.
Look, Ryan Howard was up in her grill all game, and there's the bump, there's the physical challenge there, and some words for Clark. But if you could see, Clark had some words back, and those words, if you lip read appropriately, or it seems like from the lip readers out there, were, "I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of you. I'm not scared of you. I'm sorry."
Sorry, but Hill spun this moment like she was trying out for the narrative Olympics. By her logic, a white player showing confidence under pressure is automatically racially insensitive, because apparently, standing your ground when someone's trying to intimidate you is now a problem. If your name is Caitlin Clark. Meanwhile, new high-quality footage of the exchange is circulating everywhere, and it tells the real story. Howard was the one escalating. Clark simply stood her ground and carried on like the composed professional she is. No racial subtext, no coded language, just standard trash talk and elite poise. But don't expect Jemele Hill to mention any of that.
The person that's been definitely weighing in on this Caitlin Clark drama has been Jemele Hill. This is season 2 of Caitlin Clark and the Fever, and now we have a new Jemele Hill rant. She is one person that's been pretty vocal about everything. The Angel Reese situation, now this Ryan Howard thing, which I thought was not a big deal whatsoever. Reported on it yesterday. She did kind of get into Caitlin Clark's head, kind of psyched her out. I believe that's why Caitlin Clark played so bad. But some new footage has emerged of the incident, and it's 4K, and it's really clear.
And let's be honest, this isn't Jemele Hill's first spin on the outrage carousel. She's practically turned baseless outrage into an art form. Caitlin Clark isn't just some target of the week. She's been pinned to Hill's dartboard ever since she became the face of women's basketball. Why? Because she's talented, confident, and here's the real crime. Popular in Jemele's world, any white athlete with a massive following must be problematic by default. That's not analysis. That's projection.
For people to sit up here and say Caitlin Clark is not being attacked by these WNBA players is rhetorical. They making it their business, one player on a team, every game she played, to attack her, bro. Who knows who it's going to be tomorrow for the New York Liberty? But I bet you any amount of money, somebody's going to make it their day to make sure Caitlin Clark have a very bad day in some shape, form, or fashion, bro. This isn't just people nitpicking at these WNBA players. These are real events, real situations that is happening during real-time games, bro.
What makes Hill's latest take even worse is how it completely ignores a very real, very obvious trend. Caitlin Clark has been the target of constant physical intimidation since the moment she entered the league. Game after game, opponents treat her like the villain in an action movie. Elbows, body checks, nonstop trash talk. It's clearly a coordinated effort to throw her off her game, but she never retaliates. She plays through it. And somehow, the one time she responds with a calm, confident clap back, she's the villain? That's not just hypocrisy. That's satire disguised as outrage.
Caitlin Clark's muscles. Have a look at this. We notice, Caitlin, I didn't see those. I mean, you just got free tickets to the gun show. This is what just happened right here, and I did not see those last season. I didn't see those arms at Iowa. Caitlin obviously spending a lot of time in the gym during the offseason, and again, I've said it, she's going to win the MVP award this year. She looked at what she needed to do last season, and there ain't a hell of a lot that she needed to do to get a lot better, let's be honest.
And let's talk about the pattern Hill's been writing for years, building a brand on finding racism where it doesn't exist. Anytime a white player and a black player so much as exchange a look, she pulls out the racial magnifying glass like she's decoding the Da Vinci Code. Meanwhile, real issues, actual injustices that deserve attention, get overshadowed by her constant wolf cries over moments that simply don't fit her worldview. It's not helping the conversation. It's distorting it.
He's pushing her around this year. Ryan Howard of the Atlanta Dream. A little bit of a dust-up last night in Atlanta, and Caitlin saying to her, I'm not scared of you. And Caitlin Clark apparently fearless is basically what we're looking at. And when you got arms like that, who do you need to be afraid of? There you are right there. Look at that. A little bit of bumping around. If you're a lip reader, which I'm not a great lip reader, but Caitlin Clark there saying, I'm not scared of you. And why should she be? She shouldn't be scared of anybody. She's Caitlin Clark.
It's exhausting. It's dishonest. And frankly, it's damaging. Every time Hill throws around accusations like this without evidence, she devalues the word racism. She turns a serious, necessary conversation into a sideshow. And worst of all, she makes it harder for people to pay attention when real racial injustice actually happens. That's not advocacy. That's sabotage.